Hello everybody and welcome to the Sunday Night Racing League. Today is a Monday and we are here at round 6 for Blue Moon, the one oval race of the season. So always a bit of an upset, and especially looking at the qualifying order, some drivers went much higher up than you normally expect them to be. Big standout from there is Gibbo, who qualified 3rd fastest, currently 10th in the championship. His best result so far this season, he did have won 5th place but hasn't been able to get anywhere too close to that. Good evening everyone. So yeah, we'll do a quick rundown of the grid and then we'll hop into the oval race. So starting on that pole position, we have got Sarlacc, current P4 in the championship, although that is mostly down to his race disqualification and ban. So currently in 1 score on the board, fairly quick driver up there, not the fastest, but certainly nothing to scoff at, and he qualified 4th fastest at this oval. Then behind him we have got Fast Guy. So he will be starting in 2nd, our current championship leader, and he's leading by a fair bit, currently 20 points lead over Chris Boo, and that is going to be very hard to catch up with just 3 rounds left to go. So this round plus 2 more after. Then starting in 3rd, we've got Bunnies, Alfa Romeo. He's currently 4th in the championship. Seems to be gradually working his way up the order, so he'll be happy with how he's doing. Noxie in that orange Porsche. And he 5th in the championship, so just behind Bunnies. And then actually starting just behind him is Tiger, who's 6th in the championship. So those two, 4th, 5th, 6th in the championship, they're going to be fighting away, and how they do matters, as between the 3 of them is just 6 points. Assuming I can do maths? Yes, I can do maths. Good news. Then our slowest qualifier at this oval race is Flashman, currently 12th in the championship. So of the drivers on the grid today, we've just got 9 of them today. He is the lowest in the championship. Then our first drivers to pick up the bonus points from qualifying is Gibbo, picking up 3 points. I think he'll be happy with that one, but we'll see how he does going into the race. Slipstream, of course, very, very important here. So he needs to work to make sure he does not lose slipstream too early. As well as Chris Boo, qualified 2nd, or 2nd in the championship. Gets those 4 extra points. This championship rival Fast Guy didn't get a long ways to catch up, but he's certainly going to do his best in the remaining rounds. And our fastest qualifier is Rob on Drums, picking up those 5 extra points. So he'll be starting from the back, and as you can see, it is a long way back from the leaders. He'll be doing his best to gain that ground as quickly as he can. So we will hop now into the race, watch it get underway. Pre-warning, it is showing Fast Guy and Rob on Drums in the pit lane at the moment. The cars are on track, just shows them in the pit lane. So I'm not sure what's causing that, but we will get underway with the racing. Goes rolling start, track like Blue Moon. Don't want too much chaos into turn 1. And also replicating how NASCAR does it, at least I believe so. So drivers not yet released to put their foot down. You'll be able to tell when they are. Sarlacc suddenly go a lot faster. So he's nearly at the line now, and away he goes, Sarlacc. Not too much going to happen into the first corner. Here we go, here's a better angle. And see, Fast Guy already closing the gap to him. Now the important thing will be, does anyone lose the slipstream at the start of the race? 18 laps so. And Fast Guy already on his tail. Bunny is just behind him. Noxie, I think we might have already had a couple of drivers slip off the back. Yep, it's like 3 of them. I believe Gibbo's lost the slipstream. They're going to have to work together here, bump draft, to try and catch up with the main group of drivers. The lead few are closing up on each other, and their job now is to work together to lose any drivers they can behind. So, until you get to the last lap, position doesn't matter too much. Your job is to get to the front group and stay there and pull away from the rest of the field. So Fast Guy, though, seems to be pulling alongside Sarlacc, looking to get up the inside. Bunny supporting that charge, and trying to help go through with it. Sarlacc on the outside. So Fast Guy and Bunny's both through on Sarlacc. Sarlacc dropping a couple of positions, but of course still early days, does not matter too much. Now the interesting thing will be what happens fuel strategy wise, because fuel usage much heavier here than most tracks. We've seen mostly one stops from Porsche Cup, but that might increase. People on the throttle. So Bunny's there right on the apron. A bit squirrely, and you can see there's that Flashman going a bit wide. Yeah, these back three already quite a way off the group. Without that slipstream, that bump drafting from having more drivers, they can start to gradually drop and drop and drop. And they do stand a chance, especially if the guys up front keep fighting. Bunny's again offline with the rest of them. Is he side by side with Salah? I can't tell from this. Side by side with Fast Guy for the lead. Now, how did they do on the exit? Bunny's did very nicely. Fast Guy also slotting behind him. Sarlek, oh, still there. I think Sarlek, yeah, he's now behind. Could have slotted in behind Fast Guy. Instead, lets Noxie take that role. See, actually, this fighting may cause the group behind to catch up with them. At the moment, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Fast Guy on the inside. Where's Bunny's? He's got a bit of a gap there. Still within the slipstream, of course. Can't really break away this early on. You can see that group behind. I guess a second and a half to 2 seconds off the lead pack. Unless they can get that gap down to 7.5 tenths, then they are out of the slipstream. Of course, Flashman here in 6th might be feeling a bit exposed at the back of the group. Ideally, you can work your way forward a bit as the guy in front makes a mistake. And even if you are driving fine, you might suffer the consequences. There we go, Bunny's still leading over Sarlek and Fast Guy. Fast Guy started second, got up to the lead, but now back down to third. Bunny's up 3 positions. Noxie, Tiger and Flashman exactly where they all started. Now we'll have a quick look at fuel. See, Bunny's really burning a few fuel. Sarlek doing quite a good job here. But Bunny's not doing a very good job saving his fuel. How about the rest of them? Noxie's saving it, as is Tiger. Flashman burning through it, but no one has used quite as much as Bunny's. He's notorious for saving fuel and burning through his tyres quite quickly. Seems taking the opposite role here, but he's going to really struggle here. I think while fuel can do a one stop quite easily, you don't want to pit at a different time to everyone else or spend longer in the pits and get dropped by the group. So the driver scrapes the wall there. Not enough to drop out the slipstream. Actually, having said that, I know Flashman should be able to close that gap down enough, especially with how close everyone in the lead group is ahead. See, side by side with Bunny's and Fast Guy. Sarlek joining in, making a bit of a 3 wide. So Bunny's and Sarlek fighting for that slipstream. A little bit of bumping going on. Looks like Sarlek taking that P2 for the moment. Now the race, a third of the way in. You can really see the right tyres suffering much more than the left ones here. So I suspect we'll see drivers pit as late as they can given their fuel. And of course, if you see a pack pit ahead of you, then you'll want to join them. So again, all sorts of different lines going through the first corner here. Quite a spectacle. Noxie, Flashman and Tiger not really being involved too much in this battle. Flashman and Tiger have spot position since the start of the race, but it's these top 3 fighting away. Let's try and see who's currently got fastest lap. I think it may be Fast Guy. Yes, I believe so. So Fast Guy currently with the fastest lap. Is again going up the inside, not alongside Bunny's though. Noxie now much closer to those two. And is Tiger still in the slipstream? He is just about. He's going to have to be careful. It's the balance of fuel versus track position here. This guy again going to the inside. Is alongside Bunnies. Have to be careful of the wall on the exit. Stays out of it. Slipstream helps him stay ahead of Fast Guy, who now has Noxie right on his tail. Stay on board with Noxie to see what he sees. So actually leaving a bit more room to the guys ahead, perhaps on the throttle a tiny bit early. Nothing too dramatic through the first corner this time. Ooh, what's this actually? Tiger looks like he may have lost the lead group. Flashman definitely has. These back three still all together. They're not really working too much together. You can see behind Rob and Drums and Push Push slightly side by side there. So the race is now halfway over. No one yet going into the pit lane. Have a look at fuel. Pascal and Sonic almost identical on fuel. Never mind. Went to the same driver. Sarlacc on a lot more fuel than the other two. I think Sarlacc very well has more than 20% in Bunnies, which is enough to essentially escape him through the pit lane. If they pit at the same time, he'll come sufficiently far enough ahead that he will not be able to stay in the slipstream. Bunny's now potentially on for the purple lap. Seems unlikely given he's still behind Fast Guy. His lead 5 time. He did manage to get back up with them. So from a bit of fighting, Flashman already nearly drops to the group behind. Bunnies gets a little tiny bit sideways through turn 1. Some might be starting to feel their tyres slightly. Bunny's rear left looking a bit unhappy. None of the others suffering quite the same tyre wear, despite the fact Noxie himself is on the supers. We'll see. Yeah, and Flashman is now with the group behind. So it's now 5 in the front group, 4 in the back group, as Robin Drum's turning in a bit late there, it seems. So the question is, when are they going to pit? All the strategy game. You can avoid the track position you like, but if you get your fuel wrong, you're going to plummet down the order. Noxie a bit slow through the first corner. Actually, not as slow as Sarlacc. Looks like he was avoiding Sarlacc actually. So Fast Guy for the moment holds the lead. Sarlacc back down to 4th. Noxie currently at his highest position throughout the race. We'll see, still no one opting to pit just yet. So actually the lead two nearly pulling away from the rest of the field, but Bunnies is going to have to pit this lap. He hasn't got any more in the tank. And if the rest of the drivers go around for another one, especially Sarlacc and Noxie, but also Tiger's got a fair bit. Bunny's really needs to make the overtakes here, pull into the pit lane before Fast Guy can to try and encourage him to go in behind him, otherwise he goes into the pit lane, might lose the rest of them. We'll see what happens. I think Bunny's going to suffer from this. Don't see Fast Guy coming into the pit lane. Bunny's going to have to. Yeah, Bunny's peeling off into the pit lane for the moment. Fast Guy by himself for a little bit. Bunny's on 3%. The other drivers will see that. No, they're much, much more behind. Who's that Flashman going into the pit lane? Just those two on this lap. 5 laps remaining now. You know what? I think these drivers might be going for the no stop. Someone certainly seems to have the fuel to do so. It's hard to eyeball the amount. Fast Guy doesn't have enough. Sarlacc and Noxie certainly looking like it might be possible. fast guy will be coming into the pits this lap, and Sarlacc currently in the best position fuel-wise. And Noxie's rear right tyre really going to suffer at the end of this. Yeah, I'd say Sarlacc in the best position currently. So we've got Gibbo also into the pit lane behind. We'll have to keep an eye on where these guys come out pits relative to those who pitted last lap. So Bunny, as you can see, ahead, fast guy miles and miles ahead. Flashman, is he going to come out near Gibbo? I think they're all going to be isolated. No, Flashman is on the tail of Gibbo, so those two can still work together somewhat. Back and forth with these leading three drivers. Sarlacc in the middle of the sandwich, and it looks like it's going to be these three for the podium. I think Flashman may have been one of the drivers who started in the circles, but I will have a check in the replay later on. So Chris Boo and Rob on drums actually not doing too badly. Just 2.5 laps to go. It looks like all these guys have the fuel to deal with that. Bit of a bump. Now just 2 laps remaining. Drivers now they need to set up their moves for the next lap. Some of them suffering a bit on fuel. Sarlacc in the best position here. Ideally you want to have enough to be on fuel mode 1 for the entirety of the last lap. See how it goes. Sarlacc shouldn't be making the move just yet. It's nearly time for him to pounce on that orange Porsche. Sarlacc, any time after turn 1. See these drivers much slower times now. They're saving more fuel. Actually, Noxie, Tiger kind of at risk of running out of fuel here. Tiger almost to the extent when he's saving so much. He's losing the slipstream. No, not yet. So Sarlacc staying behind for the moment. Doesn't want to go for the move just yet. Really saving fuel now as Noxie. Barely got any left in the tank. Let's see just how close this guy is. Barely any pixels there. Sarlacc needs to go for the move now. Has he left it too late? No, he hasn't. He's timed it perfectly, it seems. And Sarlacc and Noxie look like all the front three have ran out of fuel. Who gets it on the line? Oh, so close between 4th and 5th. Robin Drum's just staying ahead. Fast guy in 6th. Fronting the guys who went for a pit stop. Goes for a spin across the line, and actually, is Bunny's going to get him? No, not quite. Then we will have Gibbo, and then lastly, Flashman, who will finish in 9th position. So there we go, what a race. Sarlacc just getting, you can see the margins between 1st and 2nd, and between 4th and 5th, less than the 10th in both cases. Fastest lap eventually going to Tiger in 3rd position. Given everything, he played his cards quite well, although he certainly ran out of fuel before the end. But it sounds like quite a few of the drivers had that happen to them. So we can have a look at their fuel now. Sarlacc's got none, Noxie's got none, Tiger's got none, Robin Drums has some, Chris Boo's out, and it seems the rest of them, yeah, have some fuel at the end. So, have a quick look at the timing board. Yeah, Robin Drums and Chris Boo about 6 seconds behind the lead group in the end. So that start cost them pretty heavily. Don't have the usual thing. I'm going to have to try and work out the order of the championship as I do this in my head. So I think the driver's still on 2 dropped scores. I need to get my trusty calculator out for this. Right, calculator has been acquired. So Fast Guy, I don't believe, will be improving any of his scores. He's had some very, very good rounds to the point where he's got 27 points as a drop score, where he came second, qualified second, and got fastest lap. That still wasn't, that was still on his 2 slowest. So Fast Guy is going to be sitting on 115 points, which will put him in first. Behind him, Chris Boo, who I think again he would have got 15 points from this race, plus the 4 he got qualifying, so that puts him 19 for this race. So if I plug in some numbers, he is on 87, so a long way back there. Yeah, 28 points off Fast Guy. Fast Guy is still pulling away for everyone else with just 2 rounds to go. This is a complicated edition. I have to account for drop scores as well. So then I think Bunnies may overtake Binko to take. Does he get third in the championship? He was 7 points behind going in. Bunnies is going to have how does he get from this? That is another 10 points. So Bunnies, yeah, Bunnies now 3 points ahead of Binko, so Bunnies will take. Oh no, I'm not sure if Bunnies will take third. I think Tiger might have jumped both of them. Sorry for the unusual format of doing this. Normally Jam sends me a lovely thing to work with. I'm having to do this on the fly. So I'll do Noxie next, who came second. And did he get anything for qualifying? No, he did not. Fastest lap goes to Tiger. So plug in his numbers. So Noxie is on 58, so he is still behind. He's 4 points behind Bunnies. So now the interesting one is Tiger, who is, he's split the difference between them. Tiger's jumped up to 5th in the championship, so Bunny's on 62, Tiger on 60, and Noxie on 58. So those two having a very, very close battle for 4th in the championship. Oh, actually, in Binko, given he didn't race here, he's on 59. So that 3rd place battle, you got 62, 60, 59, and 58. Very, very close between the drivers. With just 2 rounds left to go. That's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. It seems quite likely that Fast Guy's going to run away with it, and Chris Boot is going to hold on to his 2nd position. There was something I was going to do. Oh yeah, whose tyres am I meant to be checking? Flashman. Did Flashman cheat? So Flashman finished on the softs, and check what tyres he started on. Flashman is on the softs, so yeah, Flashman is going to get a 30-second post-race penalty. Where did he finish again? Flashman much further down the order, so I didn't actually get around to mention him just yet. I think all the drivers finished within 30 seconds, so he'll almost certainly finish in 9th position given those penalties. Give me a sec to jump to the end. There's no nice way to do this. And then I will work out a few more of the standings, and then I will say hopefully see you next week, which is due to be Monza no chicane. So the same as what Formula X is going to be doing. Oh, Flashman finished last anyway. Okay, doesn't make a difference. Why did I not notice that? Right, so we've done. Actually, Sarlacc would be an interesting one. Sarlacc would have got. So he's still got 2 drop scores, so Sarlak didn't get any points from qualifying, just got 25 for the win, so Sarlak currently on 49 points, actually not too far off that battle for third, given his course quicker than most guys in the battle for third, apart from maybe Binko, who's shown some good results. It's going to be really close between them. I think Sarlak's going to get involved with that battle, possibly going to be on top, but Binko, Bunnies, Noxie, Tiger and Sarlak all battling for that third position in the championship. Rob on drums, a bit of a way down. He has got... okay, the standings jumped to me is slightly incorrect from last week. Oh no, we just coloured out the wrong thing. That is still work. Where did he finish? He finished 4th, so that is 18 points. And Roman Drums did get those 5 points for... Yeah, so Roman Drums is on 47 points, which... How much did I say? I can't remember how much I said Sarlak was on. Is he going 32? Either way, Roman Drums on 47, so about 10 points behind, 10 to 15 points behind that battle for third. And then, who else have we got? Gibbo currently on 30. 49, okay, nice. Nice to know someone's... Oh, so you are just ahead of Robin Drums then. Also showing to be the slightly quicker driver, but we'll see. Nice to know someone's paying attention, my calculator apparently isn't. Right, we will now run through Gibbo. An 8th place finish is worth, I think, 9 points. I haven't actually got the official points up, so I'm kind of winging it from memory, assuming it's the same as Formula X. So Gibbo currently on 30. Actually, this is his 2nd best result so far this season. So Gibbo does increase up to, I think he's up to 32 points now. So not a massive amount of increase in points, but it is still always good to be moving in the right direction. Flashman is... How much is he going to get from this? I think 8 points for this round. So... Flashman, I'm calculating it, currently on 26, so 6 points behind Gibbo. And I think I've gone through everyone who raced here. Apologies for the way this has been done, but I now need to go and shove the oven on because I need to go make dinner. So from me, that's going to be goodbye until next week, where hopefully we're racing at Monza No Chicane. That'll be 10 laps of that. But from now, that is going to be goodbye from me.